I'd like to call the meeting to order.
Handback. Jones. Barton.
Here.
Warham.
Here.
Opperly.
Here.
Butterfield.
Here.
Spar.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Everybody's had a chance to look at the minutes from the July 22nd meeting. If there's no amendments, so hear a motion for approval.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the minutes as of July 22nd, 2019.
Second.
Voice roll. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same.
Okay, before the case tonight, council would like to just read a short statement describing the zoning board of appeals.
Thank you. A public hearing is being held tonight pursuant to published notice. Any person wishing to address the zoning board will be sworn in by our court reporter and will give their testimony under oath or affirmation. At the conclusion of the public hearing, the zoning board of appeals will make its determination. 4 yes votes are required. The purpose of the public hearing is for the zoning board of appeals to hear testimony regarding whether the proposed variance meets the legal criteria for variance to be issued set forth in village code and state law. Testimony offered should be limited to the relevant factors set forth in the village code and state law. Rules of order govern the conduct of tonight's public hearing. No person should speak until recognized by the chair, and speakers should follow the directions of the chair.
All right, thank you. Okay, our first case tonight is number 1906. RP Lumber is seeking a variance at 1035 West Jefferson Street. The petitioner seeks a variance from ordinance number 78-31 relative to setback requirements. The proposed construction of a cold storage building does not meet the rear yard setback. The proposed rear setback would be 6 feet. This variance of 34 foot from the required 40-foot rear yard setback in I-1. Mark, would you like to step up and Lee can swear you in and you can step up the podium?
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Mark, you want to just state your full name and address?
Yeah. Mark Lindsay, Lindsay, 701 South Prairie Lane in Tremont. I'm here representing RP Lumber. And I've just brought this site plan. I know you have them there in front of you, but I just wanted to highlight it.
Mark, I'm sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt you.
Oh.
The microphone picks up for our recording, so if you would mind, sorry to tether you to the
Will you be able
podium,
to
but
see it from here?
that helps our record.
We have
Yeah.
We've got it.
Okay.
Yeah. Brad made a set of plans for us,
Okay.
just like you have.
So you see where the proposed building would be 6 foot off the back property line, which is requesting a variance as stated for 34 feet. This would be an open lean-to shed and we would cover it. I think it would serve a lot of purposes. This building here in orange is in really bad shape. We had to support it last year because of the heavy snow just to stop it from collapsing. We know we need to get rid of it. If we were allowed to build this building here along the back property line, it would create a screen. We'd be able to take down this chain link fence and bring it to the corners of that. And it's 163 feet from the edge of Jackson. It's roughly 61 feet from the walking trail. We feel it would create a nice screen back there versus what people see when they walk by there or drive by there now. If we were allowed to do that, we would be able to take this building down. And also, we'd be able to move our entrance. We'd like to move our entrance over. Right now, all of our semis are coming in, pulling in where customer parking is. It's kind of a dangerous situation. We feel if we could build this, move this inventory into here, get rid of this, we can route our trucks in here, unload them here, then they come out empty, and they're not unloading where the customers are trying to park. So that's basically what we're looking at.
I think it'll work great. And you said the back side of that building's going to be?
Yeah, I've got some, this might be redundant, but I think Brad gave you some of it. I just wanted to show you what the back of the building would look like. pass these down.
Yeah, I think that's what we have.
Number one, picture number one is the building that we built in Evansville. We just completed that in August. Number two is a picture of Versetta on the building that faces Jefferson Street now that we built a couple years ago. And I'm sure most of the members have drove by our store and seen what we did with the front facade. That's the Versetta stone also with the RP blue. Number three is just a rendering of what the back would look like. We know the ordinance is 35% has to be some type of stone or masonry. So roughly it'd be, the back of the building would be 14 foot tall. So the Versetta would go up 5 feet and then the RP blue would be the remaining 9. And then number 4 and 5 are just some specs on that Versetta so the members can see basically what type of, it's a good product. It's a dry stack and it looks really nice when it's done.
Yeah. No, I don't see any negatives here as far as what you're doing. I like it. Does anybody else on the board have any question?
You note in here that you're putting in some landscape islands
Yes, along the front.
along the front.
Yeah, I didn't go into that, but we'd also like to put 6 foot wrought iron fence across the whole front, put in some landscape islands, and once we move that entrance. So it's a process. If we can get this done, then we can get the building down, then we can move the trucks and we can move the entrance. Because right now, when a customer is parked there, and a semi wants to come in, they can't. That entrance is so narrow, they can't even hardly make it up. The customers have to back up to let the semi in. By realigning it and going with a wider throat and a bigger radius, customers can still pull out when the semi is pulling in. So it's a process that we want to try to do to improve it for the customers more than anything.
I've been one of those customers that about got smoked. Yeah, it's,
I mean, we get a lot of semi-traffic in there. And it's always been a real bottleneck right there in that front parking lot. Customers can't back out because the semi's right there. This will alleviate all that and get it back there so they can unload behind that main building. And really, that open lean-to shed, or that umbrella shed that's there now, it's really the last thing we've got left from 84 other than the main building, which obviously we can't tear that down. We're still fighting with that barrel roof on that building,
Yeah.
but that's a lot of building to try to remodel.
yeah.
I had a question. In the front area there, is there any way you could get another exit so they could come around the building and go straight out?
Yeah, we could check with the county on something like that.
I was thinking that way you wouldn't have to go in front of your building and try to go out the same one you're coming in.
Yeah, we thought about that. I know the owner's really, he's a little leery about customers wanting to pull in. In other words, if we put another one to the east, probably 400 feet to the east, he'd be afraid people pull in there, grab stuff, and pull back out again. If we keep that entrance
see.
by the front doors, we have a little more security
That's
by
true.
doing that. But if we put a 35-foot radius with a 35-foot throat, semis will have no problem getting in there.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the standard for truck traffic.
Well, if nobody has any questions, do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to grant case number 1906 under section 1010-2C of the Village Code.
I second.
Okay.
Butterfield,
Yes.
Spar,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Hopperly,
Yes.
Barton,
Yes.
Bruce.
Variance has been approved. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And good luck, and I think it's going to really look nice.
Thank you very much.
Brad, you have anything?
The only thing I have is we will not have a ZBA meeting in December. Today was the cutoff, since it's an early meeting, so I will still send out an email, but just to let you know.
All right. And since I didn't get a chance to thank Roger publicly, I'd like to thank Roger Spangler for all the years he put in, and he really made this job easy, and I'm sure, Brad, you're going to make it even easier.
Yeah, well, hopefully he's at home watching.
Oh, he will be. He's addicted. He's addicted. Yeah, guaranteed. Yeah, he better be. All right, with that, do I hear a motion for adjournment?
I so move.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Adjourned.